What's up, everybody? It's Jazz Fuzz. Been a minute. Been trying to get stuff down. Summer still, so I hope y'all out there enjoying y'all summer vacation or trying to have a little fun in this summer. It's a lot of crazy things. The monkeypox, the BA2 corona is out there. I should say coronavirus, to hell with it. The coronavirus is out there. So a lot been going on, but I really want to talk about that. Me and my friend Mike, we was talking about, how America is like slowly dying, financially, mentally, spiritually, and just have the pride of America, living in America. And the main big reason, or should I say, there's three big reasons that come in my mind. The first reason is the corporation people. The corporate, Wall Street, private companies, private investors, backdoor organizations, they kill America. And not just in America of these organizations I'm talking about, it's also across the world too. I remember I was watching a video about people from Middle East. It could be Africa, Taiwan, Thailand, Pakistan. And they will buy houses in America, save it to rent for other people who are from their country to come to live in America and rent it out like that. A lot of them been doing that for a very long time. So that's one reason why Americans can never have a house, because it's been holding. I have a neighbor who's an African guy. He doesn't live in our neighborhood, but he's holding that house. The house is still his, but he won't sell it. He won't rent it. He just let it sit there, because the more you let the house sit there, the more it becomes more value, believe it or not. But the thing is, I'm trying to get at is a lot of corporation is really killing the American people, because they send the jobs across the world for cheap labor. Over here in America, we want to get paid decent, enough that we can buy a house, pay off our debts, get our kids the best college or best education as possible. Hopefully we can pay daycare in one big fat check. But the problem is a lot of corporation people are very greedy and stingy, and they do not care about people's livelihoods. They only care about stocks, profit, and their money in their pockets, and that's about it. I had told my friends this all the time. I always say corporation is killing Americans. It really is. It's killing them to death. And you blame them. Back in the day, America made all things in America, and we trade stuff for across the world. But as corporations start to become billionaires and trillionaires, and generation after generation taking over the company, a lot of them started to become very greedy. And they stopped pulling out jobs out of America and give it to people across the world. But it's no better either, because there's two reasons. One, those poor people over there working underneath some kind of company, they only get paid $5, $2, $3, and that's it. But they're working to like 24 to 75 to 14 hours a day with little pay. The other thing is the material. Some companies will buy cheap material things to sell it to America for a high profit of that product, which is pretty fucked up, So, there was like one American company, they were selling metal to China. Well, when they found out the metal was cheap in China, they sued a Chinese company. And the American company won and beat that Chinese company by selling them cheap metal, because they were paying like a boo-boo money with this metal. And the Chinese government, well, not the government, the company got sued really bad. And I hope that metal company in here in America, they stay here in America. If they're gonna go and like invest some other country, hopefully they do their due diligence, background checking, Make sure the company is legit. Make sure there's no funny or shady stuff going on and stuff if they decide to go to another country. But I always say, just stay here. At least you know the people, the land, and you can investigate and stuff like that. But corporation is really killing America, and it kills it badly, terribly, you know what I'm saying? Because greed does kill America. It kills it like a knife on a steak. It really does kill America with the greed and jealousy, envy, and backstabbing, and false information, misinformation. America is dying bad, you know, because of this. So that's one reason why America is really at the tipping point. The second thing is politicians. A lot of people, I ask this one good question. I say, do you vote for the country, or do you vote for personality or your personal feelings? I say personality because most people vote for a politician because of their personality, more so than their resume, what they did for the community, their background, and all that kind of stuff. Now, I understand most people don't have time to read and research and stuff, but it's never too late to do that. And if you do look up people who do the research, double check that research, because the person you might see on YouTube not be 100% correct with their research, because some people just go to one source, and there's many sources to know what your governor is, your mayor, your councilman, etc., etc. So a lot of people don't trust politicians anymore. It don't matter if you're left, right, or in the middle ground. It doesn't matter. A lot of people don't trust politicians anymore. Time again, a lot of politicians have failed their states in so many different ways. Time again, they have distrust the public of many different things. Another issue is there's a lot of loopholes in the government system and the justice system. There's too many loopholes. There's too many back doors. There's a lot of politicians can get away with stuff, and there's some that cannot get away with stuff. And that's the frustrating part, because we are a land of law and order. For some reason, law and order only applies by the poor and the middle class. But when it comes to rich and wealthy and politicians or public figures, it doesn't apply to them. And that's where America is starting to divide and tearing each other apart for excuse me, for decades. That's been tearing them apart for decades, because a lot of people had done a lot of vicious crime, a lot of heinous crime in the politician world, and some of them live scot-free, and very few will go to jail and prison of their wrongdoing. I'm just going to keep it 100, because the government is completely white, but it is diverse, but it's completely white. And I said that because the Constitution, the Declaration, Independence, and the Constitution was only built for white men only. It wasn't built for women. It wasn't built for colored people, the disabled. It wasn't created for them. It was only created for the white man. And even the justice system is not created for everybody. It's only created for the white man to get out of, trouble, or he got caught. For example, this is the reason why the January 6th thing is taking a long time. Of course, they need evidence and facts and information, and they do need people to cooperate in the January 6th committee. Although many Americans are starting to understand how Trump was so dangerous and so vile and twisted, and how he was corrupting the government system. Make a shame of the other people who jumped the bandwagon with him as well. But here's the thing. The system was created to make sure prejudiced white men can get away with murder, can get away with crime. But if the public knows about it, they can't necessarily just look a blind eye and don't do nothing about it. But they will take their precious time to lock up a prejudiced white man. Why? Because he's a white man. And plus all the laws are fixated for the prejudiced white men to get away with certain laws and stuff like that. So a lot of politicians have done a lot of various crimes and stuff like that, and a lot of backdoor stuff is happening every single day with the government and politicians. One thing that I think a lot of Americans understand, that all politicians take donation money to corporate, to private investors, to wealthy people, because money is best, right? But the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, people's rights, civil rights, human rights it's not a big deal. It's out the door. And votes is very important. So we don't give a damn about black people votes. We don't give a damn about Hispanic people votes. We really don't care about nothing. Just don't care about nothing about all these minority people and the lower class white people. We just want your votes because we want to stay rich. And that's how most American people do see how politicians work, because it's very few and little that politicians really stay focused on the agenda to make this country strong and vibrant and make it a united nation of democracy and morals. We're in a country now where it's so divided with so many issues and problems, and the biggest thing that America is gonna die is greed. And I come back with my part 2.